I thought it was important to give all those working in customer service and retail a little bit of love, which is why I'm going to do the dark side of holiday shopping. We covered Black Friday. Those are always good stories from back in the day, since most people do their shopping online now. But I thought, man, those people that show up on Christmas Eve at the 11th hour trying to get gifts or doing any kind of grocery shopping. And once again, the internet did not disappoint. So I have the dark side of holiday shopping and holiday retail for you guys. So out the gate, I used to be a grocery store cashier. I had a woman try to steal during the Christmas season by shoving a whole honey-baked ham down her pants. I was walking by the meat case and I saw her. When I asked her, "What are you doing with that ham?" She took it out of her pants, threw it down by her feet, and then started crying about how I threw the ham at her. My manager had to take me into the break room while he looked at the security footage to see what happened because she was walking around talking about suing us if she didn't get the ham for free.
Oh, my God.
She did not get the ham for free. That's impressive thinking, though, that you just pull the ham from your pants and throw it on the ground and start screaming and wailing like an employee threw the ham at you.
You see this from time to time on like TikTok when somebody approaches a car and then somebody gets out of the car, and as soon as they do, the person approaching hits the ground. Oh, you abused me!
It was a ham flop. She totally did a ham flop. All right, Simon, who worked at the garden center. He goes, one day a man called up and asked if we sold reindeer. I talked him to the range of LED light reindeers we had, and then he explained he meant a real reindeer. At which point I put the phone down thinking, this dude is playing a prank on me, so I just hung up on him. He then came to the garden center asking why I'd hung up on him. He really wanted to buy a real life reindeer from the garden center.
The crazy comes out this time of year, man. It really does.
All right. I helped a really nice male customer find his family Christmas gifts. And then he found my home address and turned up at my front door.
Whoa.
She goes, this was a really odd experience. This guy was fairly sweet. Didn't seem off at all. But apparently it is easier to find people's addresses than what I thought. The guy continued to come into the store and creep me out. We eventually had to get the police involved.
If you're listening to Kristen and you're working in retail right now and you're like, oh, that's nothing compared to what I had to go through, 1-855-BERT-YA.
All right, here's another one for you. This was a little fist pump in the air moment for me. When customers who are known to steal enter the store, we deter them with exceptional customer service, meaning you're on their ass. Due to regulations, we are not allowed to accuse anyone of theft until they have left the shop, even if you see them physically shove something down their pants.
Wow.
As soon as this guy walked in, my manager called the cops who were waiting outside for him to exit. The guy was so irate and concerned with what I was doing that he didn't notice two cops standing about 4 feet behind him. He took the swing, and before he could hit me, was tackled to the ground. Damn. It was an awesome thing to see. Oh, my God. All right. Told a customer a product she wants is discontinued and no longer in production. 2 months and a restraining order later, the woman finally leaves me alone. So she said this woman was crazy. The item cost no more than $15. But without a fail, every week, this woman would come in like clockwork just to spew up some word vomit and fling abuse at me and my staff. My company in the center eventually had to prosecute/ban her from the grounds. It was an experience and a half.
You just never know who you're dealing with when you're in retail, man. Who you're shaking hands with, who you're trying to help. You never know.
And they know where you work.
It's why I want. Yeah, I know they know where to find you, which is why I wanted to do this. Because I think everybody was so on edge, we opted not to do the retail vent line because we thought that was going to get too dark too fast. But I wanted to use this as a PSA for all of us that are going to do some last minute Christmas shopping. If you're actually going to brick and mortar, people are still understaffed, restaurants, stores. So be kind, be patient. Don't force them to get a restraining order against you. Like, it's just unnecessary.
That seems fair.
I think so, too. All right, the last one. Customer was furious when asked to check credit signature against the ID and stands out front of the store blocking people from getting in.
What?
Okay, so this lady was full on bat-ass crazy. She was sweet as pie up until the point when I asked for ID to double check her signature. We routinely do this during the Christmas period as there are a lot of stolen cards floating around. something snapped in her brain, and you could actually see it in her face, and she went completely rabid. She proceeded to barricade the front entrance of the shop, preventing people from entering. We had to have security removed.
Damn, man.
Wow.
Just trying to do their job.
Uh-huh.
The Bert Show.